All right. Good morning, guys. So today we are beginning 10.2. So yesterday we were going over 10.1 and looking at a lot of the academic vocabulary that you guys were going to be learning throughout this chapter. So for today, I wanted you guys to actually work on this vocabulary review quiz, just to be able to check your understanding and your basically if you can still remember the words that we learned yesterday. So here we have the circle, radius, chord, tangent, diameter, and secant. And I want you to go ahead and try these on your own. Just whatever definition you can remember first, I would go ahead and suggest you do that. So if you can go ahead and pause this for a bit and then go ahead and work on it on your own, that would be great. And then after a few minutes, we'll go ahead and talk about the correct definitions for these. So hopefully you've tried to do these on your own. So the very first one that we're going to go over is this one right here. So we have a segment with one endpoint on the center of the circle and one endpoint on the circle. So remember that a segment means that it's ending, right? It has two endpoints. It's not a line, it's two endpoints. So keep that in mind. So let's see. So I would be looking at a radius. So a radius is a segment with one endpoint on the circle of the it's a segment with one endpoint on the center of the circle and one endpoint on the actual circle. So I'm going to go ahead and write that one down. Okay, the second one is segment whose endpoints are on the circle. So that would make it the chord. And then I'm going to go ahead and just cross these off so that I know I'm looking at the other words. For the third one, we have a line, segment, or ray that intersects the circle in exactly one point. Well, anytime that it says it's intersecting the line in only one point, you know that it's talking about the tangent. Okay, now we are on our fourth one. So it's a segment. Let me go ahead and put this check right here. So on our fourth one, it's a segment that goes through the center with both endpoints on the circle. That is the diameter, right? Because the diameter is a segment that goes through the center with both endpoints on the circle. Okay. We have two more. We have the circle and the secant. So the locus of all points in a plane equidistant from a given point. So this sounds a lot more complicated than it really is. So let's go ahead and break this one down. The locus of all points, so it's a set of all points in a plane that are equidistant, which means that the distance is all the same from any specific point. That means it has to be the circle. It's talking about the circle. And then the last one is a line or ray that intersects a circle at 2 points. So keep this in mind. It's the last one, it's a secant. And then just remembering that the secant extends to both directions. And we are done. So hopefully you guys did pretty well on this one. If not, I would recommend that you go back to yesterday's lesson 10.1 and look at the vocabulary words again with the graphic organizer so that it can help you visualize all of these words and what it means. That way you're able to understand what the definitions are and not stressing about trying to memorize what each definition or each word means, but just understanding what in general words how it connects to the circle.